Hey, you have reached MBT Sky, her daily reading channel, and we are still in the Saturn energy, and the overall energy for Aries today is Mars, so it's the discussion of the first house, right? Which means Aries should be right in their energy. The higher frequency is Venus, the middle frequency is Jupiter, and the lower frequency is still in Pluto. So let's see what Mars is talking about. Let me move this over. Let's see what Mars is talking about real quick. Mars is in Sagittarius. So, when you're talking about Sagittarius, right, you're talking about the house of Jupiter, the ninth house. And so you talk about faith, belief, religions, visions, things of that nature. And then when you're dealing with Mars, you're dealing with the first house. So Mars is saying have some control and be in control and be in power when you're dealing with the ninth house over here. So let's see what Saturn is talking about today. Neptune is the discussion here, right? And when you're dealing with Neptune, you're dealing with this Pisces energy. You're dealing with the 12th house, so confinement, hospitals, institutions, the subconscious mind, secrets, and hidden activities is being discussed in this energy of Saturn. So it could be, some of that going on for some Aries here when it comes to public reputation, honor, profession, employers, and dealing with authorities and some elders here, right? So this is why it's important to stay in control. Now, when you're dealing with Venus here, you're talking about still Taurus and Libra energy above rules. So this is partnerships, relationships, your money and finances in a higher frequency. So let's see what the higher frequency is talking about here. And maybe we'll throw some cards to see what discussion of hidden activities and secrets and institutions and confinements is discussing. Alright, so we got this 5 of Cups here. We got this Ace of Cups here. And we have this Son of Cups here. So, let's get it clear, okay? When Aries is saying that this is where the focus needs to be at, okay? Yeah, there may be some things that create this emotional loss. When you're dealing with the House of Libra and you're dealing with the House of Taurus, okay? It's letting you know that there may be some Aries that's seriously in their emotions, okay? And there's discussion of it, okay? Things may be messages and information based on a particular Aries being far in their emotions, all right? And then when you're dealing with the Aces, you're still dealing with the houses of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces also, right? But somebody in Aries in this upper vibration you're getting over the 3 spilled cups and you're moving forward and you're accepting things on an emotional level, and you are able to communicate that and discuss that. Okay, so let's see what Jupiter is talking about. And so we have this in the middle frequency. Okay, this is still Jupiter rules the house of Sagittarius, and there goes Sagittarius. So therefore, let's see what they talking about over there in the energies. Alrighty, the middle frequency. The 10 of Wands here. Alright, the Daughter of Pentacles here, and the good old 7 of Swords. So listen, understand that when you're dealing with Jupiter, it does talk about, fortune, and it talks about faith and belief and philosophy and visions and the way and what one believes in. And so there's this energy in the middle frequency that's discussing being a little bit overwhelmed, especially when it comes to dealing with money and not properly using money, and a little bit of backstabbish, sabotaging kind of energy here. Alright, but we're gonna look and see what else is gonna say and across the whole board. I might have to throw another card down on the medium row. Okay, but it also discusses cycles, the Wheel of Fortune also, right? Which did not come out. So let's see. Oops. There goes the Fool card. There goes the God of Pentacles. That's the King of Pentacles. That's Earth, fire energy. And here goes this Seven of Pentacles. So in this lower frequency, when you're dealing with that, is taxes, endings, right? Regenerations and rebirths. Okay, new journeys, new opportunities, new experiences is a new journey. The Fool's journey. Okay. And also the Fool always comes with warning, but the Fool is the one that gets up, packs up, runs out, and goes about their life on their journey. This is not taking place in the lower frequency, okay? And with this God of Pentacles here, talked about this masculine energy here, this earth fire energy. This would be an imbalance, okay? There's an overpowering. And you know, the thing that's interesting is that earth is used to put out fire also, okay? So too much of that will cause inaction, all right? And then in the reverse, you can also create a scorch and a smoke and a confusion that may take place in this lower frequency, right? Now, patience is not being had, and these are the things that have to change. Opening up, understanding that there's new opportunities all the time, balancing out this earth fire energy, because that's the underlying energy for the King of coins right here, and having patience, okay? Some patience. Now, when we're looking across the board, okay, at this Daughter of Pentacles that's above the King of Pentacles, all right, there may be an action that needs, or an action that needs to take place, a motion, a movement, a journey, all right, new opportunities and pure energy, okay, with this earth, water energy, all right. Outside of that, patience still brings fresh, brand new opportunities, but can be reckless in the middle frequencies, because this can go either way, all right. Underneath, over that, you know, she's where these two cups are. So therefore, Aries people, pay attention to your relationships, your partnerships, okay? Focus on the opportunities in the higher frequency to balance out in the house of Libra and the house of Taurus. Use your emotions wisely, okay? And come through with pure communication. Don't, stay in the higher frequency of that. As far as being overwhelmed, dealing with finances, dealing with thefts and losses, we're going to look at that also, because this Seven of Swords can definitely represent that. And you want to stay in the high frequencies, okay? And the high frequencies may be a discussion of getting over some things. All right, so let's see. Oh my goodness. So in this middle frequency, when you're dealing with the world of being overwhelmed, the finances, the giving, the feeling like one has been robbed, there's a sabotaging energy in connection to a particular relationship, okay, a particular union or partnership, all right. In the upper frequency, one has gotten over it, reestablished in their emotions, and may be able to be opened up enough to bring forth love again, okay? So let's see what else is going on with this Aries, Mars, Sagittarius energy. The Nine of Wands, the Sun, and the Five of Wands. So, this is a lot of fire energy straight across, okay? This is, the wounded warrior. One has gone through it all. One has went through the battles. One, has gone through the battles to be happy, to find, their creative aspects, romance and relationships and bliss, right? And so, it gets a little bit competitive. And this is why it's important for Aries that's in their energy to pay attention. Pay attention to your temperament. Pay attention to your first house, right? Pay attention to the fact that, cycles take place, things happen. What do you believe in? What is your faith? What are you fighting for? What are you defending? Are you defending happiness and bliss and creativity? What are you using the sun for? Is the sun blinding you? Is the question. And then you see this competitive energy, those competing or feeling like they need to compete or fighting over, just simply being petty. Are you in that energy? Are you projecting that energy? So let's look and see what Neptune is talking about for Saturn. We have strength here, okay? and you also have the Ace of Swords here, and you also have the Magician here. So these are the things that take place in secret, right? When you're dealing with certain things, okay? When you're dealing with this is overpowering. It could be overpowering, and also it's about control. But it also talks about happiness and bliss by controlling and taming the wild, or the aggressive, with a different type of hand, like not fighting with aggression, right? And being able to have control. Outside of that, there's discussions, communications, agreements, and things of that nature. But this also speaks of Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. And then we see this Magician, and you see the sword is here facing this sword. So, what are you trying to do in secret? What are you trying to control? Why are you trying to control it? And the way this individual is trying to control it is with the words, with weapons, with aggression, because they can be a little bit aggressive, and it could be a little bit manipulated. This is happening in secret. Manipulation is taking place in secret through thoughts, communication, conversations, agreements, and contracts. Okay, however so, and this is about control. So and this also could be for some Aries when it comes to public reputation, honor, profession, and dealing with different employers and authorities and things of that nature. But most importantly, Aries, it's important to stay in balance within your Libra and your Taurus house today. Okay, and that is a discussion simply, once again, of getting over things that have you emotionally drained, knowing that there's more things for you to tap into in the emotional realm. Okay, understanding that you still can be offered this Ace of Cups, and you still can move through and be a loving individual and receive information of love and accept love. Okay, and this middle frequency of being overwhelmed, being maybe financially overwhelmed, dealing with backstabbing energies and relationships and partnerships and things of that nature. And the middle frequency is letting you know, and in a higher frequency is simply letting you know that this Five of Cups is something that will get yourself out of there. Aries in the water, too much water puts out the fire. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, focus on staying out of this lower frequency of the inability to tap into new journeys and new aspects, and to become financially strong and powerful, which and be creative and fruitful, right? And the lack of patience. Period. So anyway, Aries, talk to y'all on the next one. Smooches and deuces and all that good stuff. And yes, you see a lot of earth energy here. Why? Because we have this Saturn over here, just in case y'all was wondering. And yeah, there are Aries that can be dominant in their earth energy. But please do not try to overpower a situation and come into agreements, create violent situations, aggressive situations. Use the gift of the Ace of Swords to manipulate good things. Okay, all of this secrets and confinements and hidden and is a mess. Okay, please stay out of it. Okay, it's not that serious. Deuces.